mind. Letting them down easy, we'll just give it time. You don't have now, just play to stay a while. You're not the big fish in the pond no more. What we living on? So what are you gonna do when the world won't open around you? So what are you gonna do when the world don't open around you? Any fun living in the real world? And it could living all alone. And it from you might be the one who's running things. You can bring it but it's about to get what you want. And something that's easy to ignore, but you're a bull. You're living in the world, so what are you gonna do? Sorry, I'm just goofing around right now. So, Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my YouTube channel. I am the Real Casperry, and today we are going to be reading some Reddit stories and just kind of hanging out. We are also going to be checking out the Plague Island that our dear Darata went to. So hopefully this is going to be a fun stream for us today. Oh, how is everybody? Alrighty, so let's check out our dash. Am I the jerk? This one was written by November 4Z39th. Okay. Am I the jerk for telling my partner I am done spending every weekend at his parents' place? Possibly? Let's find out. I have spent roughly 40 of the last 52 weekends at my boyfriend's parents' house. I counted because I needed to be sure. I wasn't dramatizing. Got a hair in my mouth. I wasn't dramatizing before opening my mouth. We have been together for 3 years, and somewhere around month 14, and this just became the standing plan without anyone officially deciding it. Excuse me, y'all. I'm starting to get over it, but I am still a little bit sick, so we're going to have to deal with my awful throat bullarchy today. Okay. Alright, so we're going to restart. I have spent roughly 40 of the last 52 weekends at my boyfriend's parents' house. I counted because I needed to be sure that I wasn't dramatizing before opening my mouth. We've been together for 3 years, and somewhere around month 14, this just became the standing plan without anyone officially deciding it. Friday evening, drive 45 minutes out, eat dinner with his parents, watch something on TV, sleep there, spend Saturday doing whatever his mom has planned, drive home Sunday afternoon. Okay. His parents are genuinely warm people, and I have nothing against them personally, but I am 31 years old and I have my own life happening in the city. Friends I haven't seen properly in months, a spare room that I've been meaning to sort out since February, Saturday mornings that I'd love to spend at the farmer's market near my building instead of sitting in someone else's living room making small talk. I raised it carefully about 2 months ago and framed it as a personal need rather than a complaint. And I said that I'd love to visit every other weekend, maybe once a month during busy periods. Maybe once a month during busy periods. And that the current frequency was slowly draining me. He seemed to hear it, and I thought that we were good. We were not good. The pace slowed for maybe 3 weekends and then quietly returned to exactly what it was before. Usually, though, loose plans that somehow always revolved into the same drive out of the city. Last week, I said clearly that I wasn't going and I wanted to stay home, and that's when it unraveled. His mom apparently called him later that evening and said that she had felt for a while that I seemed distant and wanted to know if she had done something wrong. He relayed this to me and then said I had made her feel bad by pulling back. And I don't know how she knew since I never spoke to her about any of this, which means that he told her himself. And now the whole thing has somehow shifted from my actual need for personal time to managing her feelings about my absence. And I'm not trying to disappear from his family. I just wanted weekends back. Am I the jerk? I want to say yes. I really, really do, because I am one of the people that, like, I absolutely love spending time with my boyfriend's family, okay? So I kind of want to say yes, but at the same time, you have expressed multiple times to your boyfriend that you need personal space, and that going out to the city every single weekend is kind of cutting into your me time. I mean, sometimes you do just want to stick around home, and sometimes you do just want to see your friends or go do something that you had planned, or have somebody actually make a plan rather than wait for your significant other's parent to plan it for you. So yeah, I do kind of get where she's coming from. Like, at a certain point, is he trying to move her in with his mom? Like, I feel like, OP, you need to sit down and have this talk with your boyfriend's mom and just let her know, like, look, I really, really like you guys. I love spending time with you. I just want to be able to be home in my own space once in a while. You've done nothing wrong. There's no issue. I just need my own personal space. And I feel like if that is a real problem for anybody, at that point, you need to set that as a firm boundary. And if you can't set it as a firm boundary, then I don't really know, because, I mean, you have to be able to set your boundaries. You have to be able to, like, communicate with people, hey, I need my space. This isn't working right now. Like, there are some things that we need to be able to, like, I need to be able to do my own thing. I feel very stagnant and stuck in a loop, and I just want to break the routine a little bit. Like, maybe they thrive in a routine and you just don't, and that's okay. And you need to be able to communicate this with them. So I want to see what the comments said. I really do. All right. The first one is... Okay, did they travel into the fucking future? Because the post was made 19 hours ago, and the first comment was 21 hours ago. Did they travel into the future to comment on this? Like, what the fuck? I'm confused. They literally just used a time machine to go into the past, I swear to God. Anyway. They said, not the a-hole. Wanting 2 adult days that don't automatically belong to his parents is pretty normal. The weird part is him turning your schedule into a group family issue. Yeah, that is a little bit weird. And OP replied, that part is what's making me side-eye all of this. I said that I wanted a little bit of space, not to renegotiate my weekends with the whole committee. Yeah, that does seem... The next reply says, start making plans on the weekend. Have fun at your parents'. I'm going to the farmer's market with so-and-so tomorrow, so I won't be going. See you Sunday. And if he has a problem with that, well, it's time to go. Yeah, honestly, I feel like that's pretty reasonable. The next one says, this is your future. If you stay with him, proceed with caution. Honestly, I kind of get that, because at the end of the day, why exactly is your schedule becoming a familial issue? Why exactly is every single one of your weekends for some reason considered a group project? You are his girlfriend, not his lapdog, and I feel like, and I mean, a lot of communication. Seriously, a lot of communication with both his family and your boyfriend could probably fix this issue, but if that doesn't fix the issue, then honestly, I kind of agree. It's time to go, because there's no getting through to it. I don't know. Let's go see what else is on here. This one is titled, Am I the Jerk for Pretending I Was Asleep so I wouldn't have to give up my seat on a flight? Probably not. It's written by Aunt Charming 8140. Alright, let's find out if he's the jerk. I, 29 male, was on a 5-hour flight. 5 fucking hours? No, I would pretend... Stop that, you. Like, no, I would pretend that I was asleep too. Gonna be honest here. The fudge? 5 fucking hours? No. So I, 29 male, was on a 5-hour flight this weekend, and I had specifically booked a window seat because I hate being stuck in the middle. I got on early and I sat down and put headphones in and got settled. Okay. A couple boarded a little later and ended up in my row. The girl had the middle seat and the guy was a few rows back. As soon as she sat down, she looked at me and then back at him like they were already planning something. Oh no. Before anything happened, I have a weird feeling. I have not read this yet. I feel like they're a bit to try to ask OP to switch seats with her boyfriend, and I'm sorry, but absolutely not. He paid for that seat. Your poor planning does not constitute a fucking emergency. Oh, do you know how often I want to scream that at people? Your poor planning does not constitute an emergency for me. Or anyone fucking else, and it shouldn't. Ugh. I hate that. I hate that so much. Ugh. Before anything happened, I leaned my head against the window and closed my eyes like I was asleep. Not fully fake. Not fully fake snoring or anything, just clearly not available for conversation. I could hear them talking quietly about asking me to switch, but since I was asleep, they didn't. At one point, I was playing on my phone under my hoodie just to see if they were still talking about it, and they were clearly annoyed but didn't want to wake me up. We stayed like that the entire flight. They didn't say anything to me directly, and I didn't acknowledge it at all. When we landed, I just grabbed my stuff and left. Now I'm kind of wondering if that was a jerk move. On one hand, I paid for that seat and I didn't want to get stuck in the middle, and on the other hand, I definitely avoided the situation on purpose instead of just saying no like a normal person. So am I the jerk for dodging an interaction completely instead of just dealing? No. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, OP, but that is fucking hilarious. That is actually fucking hilarious. I'm sorry, but it is. No, you are not the jerk for avoiding interaction. You knew where that was going and you just didn't want to have to deal with the fit if it went the way, because it was going to go the way that they didn't want it to. Like, if you had said no. The fact of the matter is, OP, these type of people who have the absolute fucking audacity to refuse to properly plan their flight and then ask other people if they can switch their seats because they didn't want to properly plan and make sure that they booked seats beside each other. Guess what? Those type of people are the type of people who are going to throw a fucking fit, an absolute rager, just because you said no. Those type of, the people with the audacity to try to get you to give up your seat that you paid for on an airplane are the same type of people with the audacity to get angry with you if you say no and try to come up with any possible reason to continue staying angry at you. Honestly, OP, I don't blame you. I would have avoided that interaction too, especially if I knew what was fucking coming. I'd have been out of there like, no. You would, it would have been that would have been a white on rice situation, okay? Like, seriously, there's no getting out of it. At a certain point, they would have been onto you like white on rice just because you said no. So, no. Don't interact. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I see this on my screen. Am I the jerk for saying, ew, a bully to a 7-year-old? Probably. Honestly, probably not. Because I have... let's find out. I might need coffee for this. I may actually need coffee for this. And it's from a deleted account, so you know this might actually be bad. My 31F brother. I am 31 female. My brother, 38 male, is currently going through a divorce and having trouble adjusting and figuring everything out regarding my 2 nephews. My mom and I have been helping with school pickups and drop-offs because my sister-in-law works for the school district and can't make it to his school in time. Okay. So, that's okay. You're just picking up your well, whatever. Little man, 6 male, has been having trouble with a bully in his class. His dad has opinions, but my sister-in-law doesn't want to make too much noise since she works for the district, which is kind of understandable, but at the same time, your boy's being bullied, you might as well go do something about it. Like, I'm sorry, but at a certain point, if the school's not doing something about my kid being bullied, the first thing that I'm gonna do is teach that kid how to throw a fucking punch. Not too fucking hard. No. See? Square. Fist. Always lead these 2 knuckles. We don't tolerate bullying, okay? At the end of the fucking day. I'm sorry, but if somebody's picking on somebody else, especially in a school situation... some people have never been punched in the fucking face by the person that they were picking on, and it fucking shows. I'm sorry, but that needs to happen. Every single person who thinks that it's okay to make fun of somebody needs to get their nose broken at least fucking once. And if me teaching one of my nieces or nephews is how to throw a punch is how that gets accomplished, well... teach your niece or nephew how to throw a punch, because that's how that gets accomplished. Anyway. I think that that's just her not wanting to deal with it, but whatever. Yeah, it is exactly it. That's just her not wanting to deal with it. She doesn't want to go in and talk to somebody. She doesn't want to make the time for her son. That's exactly what it is. I was the lucky winner this day of being off work at a time that I could pick up little man. I was greeting his teacher and giving him his hug when this little bully came up and started teasing him. Little man told him to stop and started trying to hide behind me. Finally, the kid said, "Ew, a baby," and I'm guessing to mock him for trying to hide, because at this point, little dude was getting upset. And you know what? I understand little dude getting upset, and at a certain point, I'm sorry, but that's a great way. There's a reason that I don't, if I know that the kids are getting picked on, I don't do school pickups, because I am the one who will kick a kid in the face. Sorry, but not sorry. Ugh. The kid ignored every attempt that the teacher gave to get him to stop before that point, and finally, I had it. I looked at the little snot right in the eye and said, "Ew, a bully." Apparently, he didn't like being called out, so now I have a 6-year-old trying to have a good at me. Hilarious insults these kids come up with. And now every time he said something to me or tried to come closer, I would step back with little man, gently shoo him away with my hand while making an overly disgusted face. And the kids started crying and ran off. Honestly, I'd probably do this. I'd be meaner, but okay. My brother brought me a beer. He thought that it was funny. Yeah, so would I, honestly. I think it's fucking hilarious. My sister-in-law is pissed and saying that I bullied a child and made problems for her at work. Imagine the emotional damage that I did to that kid, blah, blah, blah. Oh, bite my gypsy ass and like it, you dumb bitch. She got even angrier when I mentioned how she doesn't even seem to care about the emotional damage that kid was doing to her son. And she doesn't. Because she's a bitch. And she only gives a fuck about her paycheck. She doesn't care about her kid. And I mean, I get that you need a paycheck to take care of your kid, but at the same time, I'd start looking for another job, personally. My mom agrees with my sentiment, but thinks that I could have been more mature about it. No, be less mature. I don't want to cause problems for my sister-in-law at work, but could this even cause problems? She works for a different school in the district than this one, and little man attends. And was I the jerk for how I handled the kid? No. Wow, you badass aunt, NTJ. Your sister-in-law's actions should be recorded. She is not stepping up to protect him, and you did. Exactly. I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, your sister-in-law is kind of a see you next Tuesday. She can't... Ooh, get me going. I am not playing this game today. The last thing that anybody wants to do is get me going on this. Because I'm sorry, but I am an auntie. I am an auntie, and if I were to ever bear witness, if I were, like, any point in time I have ever bared witness, and if I were to ever bear witness to one of my littles getting picked on, I am the first person who's just gonna turn around like, what are you doing? You little shit. I'm gonna be, like, extremely politely mean to them because that's what they deserve. Alright, this one is from Select Education 6291. And it is titled, Am I the jerk for demanding that my brother repay me after he borrowed $10,000 fucking dollars temporarily 3 years ago? No, because you that's $10,000. If he doesn't give it back, then you have to take him to court. That's a lot of fucking money. That's like multiple years worth of rent. If you don't pay rent, then that's multiple years worth of freaking, like, you could pay off at least half of your mortgage with that shit. No. Ugh. 3 years ago, my brother Kyle. Of course. My brother Kyle, 32 male, came to me desperate. He needs $10,000 to avoid foreclosure on his house and said that he would pay me back within 6 months once he got a promotion at work. Okay. I, 29 female, gave him the money. I had been saving for a down payment on my own house, but family comes first, right? And Kyle promised multiple times that he'd pay me back, got the promotion like he said, but 6 months came and went with no repayment. Every time I brought it up, he had excuses: car repairs, medical bills, his kid needed braces, always something. 3 years later, fuck, I still haven't seen a cent. Meanwhile, Kyle just posted photos from a $5,000 cruise vacation with his family. Nope. He could have used that $5,000 to pay you back and not went on that fucking vacation. I messaged him asking how he can afford a cruise, but he can't pay me back. And he said that I'm being petty and that the cruise was a much needed family bonding experience. Bull fucking shit. Bullshit. I grew up on a fucking farm. I know bullshit when I see it. That is fucking bullshit. I told him that I want a payment plan in writing or I'm taking him to small claims court. And he said that he can't believe and that I gave him a gift, not a gift. $10,000 is not a fucking gift. Especially when it was given on the premise that it would be paid back. That is a borrow. That is a loan. I'd charge him interest. But I grew up quite differently than people, and it doesn't really matter how much money you loan somebody, you charge a 10% interest. The longer they take to pay it back, the more they actually owe you. And if they don't pay it back, then you have the right to take their toe. I don't live like that no more. Stopped when I was 12, but still. Anyway. A gift. We had text messages where he promised to repay me. Exactly. Charge him interest, and take his toe. Sorry. The gremlin just came out of me for a second there. Now, he's not speaking to me. My parents are begging me to drop it. Keep the peace and say that Kyle's struggling and that I should be patient. Don't be patient. It's been 3 fucking years. That's $10,000. That was literally a down payment on your home. No! Patience is no longer required. After the 6 months that he said that it was going to take, the patience disappears. Patience is no longer required. I would tell my mother to bite my gypsy ass and fucking like it. But he's not struggling. He's going on cruises while I'm still renting because I gave him my down payment fund. I filed in small claims court. Kyle is telling everyone that I'm destroying the family. TLDR, I loaned my brother $10,000 3 years ago for an emergency, and he never paid me back and just went on an expensive vacation. And now I'm suing him, and now I'm the bad guy. You are not the bad guy. You are not the bad guy. You are fully fucking justified, OP. Fully justified. I'm sorry, but ooh. The amount that I have held back on my family members over the years just because I don't want to cause waves, I'm sorry, but my advice right now, they're going to keep taking advantage of you if you decide that you are going to not do something that is for the betterment of yourself just for the sake of not causing waves. They are going to walk all over you for the rest of your fucking life if you do not stand up for yourself at some point. And I'm sorry, but the only way to stand up for yourself is to go against exactly what your family tells you to do. At a certain point in time, no, you are not ruining your brother's anything. You're not ruining his family. You're not ruining his future. You're not ruining anything. You are doing the right thing by taking to the authorities a crime that has been committed. And specifically because that was technically a contract. That whole little text message exchange, technically a contract. Therefore, small claims court, yeah. And where it's over $10,000, you could actually take it to large claims court, because if I remember correctly, anything over $10,000 is actually considered... Yeah, that's federal. That's federal area. He could go to jail. And that's okay, because he needs to learn his lesson. Him going to jail's a lot better for his body than somebody stealing his toe. So, yeah, I agree with this. You are not the jerk. He's the jerk. He went on vacations, literal thousands upon thousands of dollar vacations, instead of paying you back the $10,000 that he borrowed and said that he would give back within 6 months, and it's been 3 years. No, honey. You have every right to take him to claims court, and he is not fucking struggling. If he can afford a cruise in general, he is not struggling in any way, shape, or fucking form. Struggling my fucking ass. Struggling to comprehend the fucking basis of life. Anyway, this one is from U-Cobalt Astra, and it is titled, "Am I the jerk for telling my sister she does not get to use our dad's diagnosis to suddenly become the decision maker after disappearing for years?" It depends on why she disappeared, because I have been in that situation. I have been the sister, and the reason that I disappeared was because, well, my family was abusing me, and my dad was the only person who actually didn't constantly, only did once in a while, but didn't constantly, rather than my mother and brother constantly. And if I didn't cut ties and drop contact, I would have gone fucking insane. I would have not gotten to a point where my mental health is better. I would not have been able to leave the family business. There were a lot of different things. Like, no, it might have been the best decision for your sister. And I'm sorry, but if her decisions are are only for the betterment of your father, instead of I'm taking this personally right now, okay? If her decisions are specifically for the betterment of your father, rather than for what you want, and what's best for you, if it's what's best for him rather than what's best for you, I don't give a shit. I'm sorry, but the whole reason that my father's on my fucking shelf right now is quite literally because nobody fucking listened to me when I said, no, you can't do immunotherapy in an extremely disgusting, dirty environment that is nothing but bacteria ridden. There are 45 house flies flying around, 7 fly tapes that are dangling from the ceiling coated in them, and there is horse shit on the fucking walls. But yet, instead of letting him go to a clean fucking area where he could finish off his treatments, or just not undergo the treatments, because if he stays where he is while he's undergoing those specific treatments, that treatment is not going to attack the cancer cells. It's going to attack his filtration organs because of all of the disgustingness that is going through them constantly. But no, nobody fucking listened to me, and that's exactly what happened. So yes, I do think that your sister may possibly have a fucking right to be the goddamn decision maker after disappearing for a few years. Once again, I'm taking this way too goddamn personally, and I'm gonna get into the story now. Ooh. My dad is 68. My daddy was 64. I miss my daddy. My dad is 68 and was diagnosed with early stage dementia in January. Oh no. He still lives at home, and he knows who everyone is, and can still make most of his own choices. But the last few months have been a lot of appointments, paperwork, medication changes, and small day-to-day things that now take twice as long. I am 41 female and live 20 minutes away. So most of that has fallen to me. I take him to neurology, coordinate with his primary doctor, refill prescriptions, sort out his mail, and when he gets overwhelmed, and make sure that his bills and insurance forms are not getting missed. My older sister is 45 and lives in another state. We are not estranged exactly, but she has kept pretty loose relationship with him for a long time. Birthdays, the occasional phone call, sometimes a visit every year or two. She was not around when he had his fall last spring, and she was not around when I spent 3 weeks helping him after the cataract surgery, because he kept mixing up his drops. And she came in town last weekend, saw one memory specialist appointment with me, and by Sunday night was talking like she had a full picture of everything. Yeah, that's not exactly how it works with dementia. I can understand if it was cancer and she was doing a lot of research at home and actually knew something about it and knew doctors, was like having actual continual contact with the doctors and was like continually in contact with you guys to know exactly what was going on. If she has no idea about anything and she only went to one appointment, then yeah, it's kind of stupid for her to think that. Let's just keep going. On Monday, she told me I needed to stop managing Dad like a project, and said that from now on, all major decisions should go through both of us equally. That sounds fair in theory, except she then started overdoing things she does not understand. She told our aunt that we were probably selling his house soon, which was never discussed. She told Dad that he should wait on signing anything with a home aside service, even though he had already asked me to set up a trial labeled communication rules. Set up a trial because he is getting nervous showering alone. Okay. And then she emailed me a color-coded care plan, added a section labeled communication rules, saying that I was not to schedule any more appointments without clearing it with her first. Excuse me? I called her and said no. I said that she does not get to parachute in after years of distance and start acting like my work has just been free labor keeping the seat warm for her. She said that I was being territorial and pushing her for living. Okay, no, I at this point, no, you're not the jerk, because I can actually see the entitlement here. You don't start pushing for things to progress. You don't start trying to progress things. If you're going to be there to try to help out and try to help make the best decision, you actually have to know what you're fucking talking about, for one. And you have to be trying to make the best decision for the parent. Not take over everything and try to sell their house and act like... Ugh. She said that I was being territorial and punishing her for living farther away. My uncle thinks that I should have stayed calm because she is probably reacting out of guilt and fear. But I think that guilt is not the same thing as earning authority. Am I the jerk? Honestly, I don't think that she's trying to earn authority. At least I would hope not. But if that is the case, then I feel like... I don't know, man. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. This is a tough one. This is a tough one, OP, because, I mean, I don't know. I feel like maybe your sister is extremely guilty and this is her way of trying to make up for it, but at the same time, her making up for it in that way isn't gonna help anything. Like, you have actually been there caregiving for your father, and she doesn't seem to want the best for him. She just wants to control everything. There's a difference between wanting the best for the person with the diagnosis and genuinely trying to help than trying to control everything. And yeah, your sister just seems like she's trying to control everything, including your father. Notice, shared content on this platform is intended for use on Am I the Jerk and is affiliated channels platform. Submit your own original stories. Oh, this is actually somebody else's. I did not know that. Okay. Yeah, if y'all want to copyright me, go ahead. I don't really care. If I don't make anything anyway, so if this video or live stream ever makes anything, yeah, I'll share the profits. I don't give a fuck. I don't make any profit anyway. This channel is funded by my gardening business. I just sounded like such a fucking goblin. Anyways. That was funny. I'm sorry, that was funny. Now, I do think that it's kind of hilarious how often I get like copyrighted by people sometimes, because I'm over here like, why are you copyright striking me? I don't make anything. And plus I'm a reaction channel. Most of the time it's transformative. Either way, like literally, I don't make anything. I'm one of the smallest channels that you're gonna be able to find that actually posts. I don't make anything. Everything, like, quiet you. Any and all of my content, like, and if I have to spend any amount of money on it, it's funded by my gardening company. This is a hobby that is funded by my gardening company. Like, by the way, this video is sponsored by Perry's Petals Lawn and Garden. If you would like to have me personally come tailor your lawn and either design, care for, or create your garden, give me a call or send me an email. My email should be linked in my bio. I'm gonna stop now. Anyways, I love y'all. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Mwah. We will be back very shortly with Dara Taz.